This is just a short compilation of bits of video and pictures because I didn't really feel like filming. That is as close as I got to one of the trams, as the queues were awful. In the evening of the first night, a group of us went to the north side of the river and it was absolutely spectacular. We then walked over that bridge to the south side where we had a spectacular meal. We then set out the next morning and cycled up to the coast, and then for the next few days we cycled along the coast. Really, I didn't shoot any video because most of it was just cycle paths, not particularly interesting. Lots of interesting buildings, as you can see there, which are unique to this part of the world, and lots of spectacular beaches and pounding surf everywhere. They still fish, as you can see. They have an unusual method of fishing, which is unique to the area. Huge waves everywhere. You couldn't really swim, even if you wanted to. And some of the views are spectacular as the beach goes for hundreds of miles. This is the sort of beachside view that you'd see. Again, it was pretty much like this for the whole of the coast that we cycled along. And then we went to the most interesting part, which was Nazaire, which is very high, which you'll see in a minute. That's the group of people, really nice group of people there. There were some spectacular sunsets in the evenings when we finally got to a hotel, usually too tired to do anything except eat. It was just lovely to sit on the beach and watch the sunset before we all piled into a restaurant somewhere. This is Nazaré, which you can see we cycled up quite high looking down at the beach. The waves here can be as much as 100 foot high, which is unbelievable, but we weren't able to see anything like that. On the beach, you could see that they were drying out fish, and they actually are going to buy these and eat them, believe it or not. Don't think about the health aspects with flies and things of that nature. It was fantastic going down to the seafront and just watching the waves pounding into the shore. The bit on the horizon there is where you get the biggest waves, about half a mile off, because there's a canyon underwater about 3 times the size of the Grand Canyon, which funnels the water up to that headland, and you get the monster waves. There aren't many places on this coast where you can swim, although when it's a bit less tumultuous, you do get surfers out there. That was pretty much the end of the cycling bit, and we then went to Óbidos, which was a very interesting old town, absolutely packed full of tourists, fabulous views, lovely restaurants. And then we went on to Lisbon, and that's the railway station. Lots of piazzas packed with tourists, lovely place, lots of things to see. Though for some reason I didn't shoot any video, just took some pictures. On the last day, I went up and looked around the castle and some other things like that. Everywhere you can buy fish cakes, which are quite a delicacy and actually quite yummy. There are people doing break dancing and all sorts of things, people selling stuff in the street. So it's really quite an interesting place to be. And the next day after that, I booked a coach trip to Sintra, which is an absolute must. This is the Royal Palace, which is painted in special Portuguese colours, apparently. Very ornate and intricate, actually quite small inside. Definitely worth a visit. Sintra is completely different to the other area. It's very hilly, lots of beautiful views and unusual castles like that one. This is inside the royal palace. Very small but very ornate.
There is the river. This is the Atlantic Ocean. Tomorrow, if you're gonna stay more days here, and you tell, oh, you don't. How many events in the inside of the Great Wall? But very important, they invite only secret people, not all the people. Okay, not come. The president come now. No.
After that, we went to another palace, Regaliera or something like that, which has got amazing gardens and again, very unusual architecture. A short walk from the town. This is the inside of a Jesuit chapel. Interestingly, Jesuits don't show Christ on the cross. They show rather happier pictures of him performing miracles and things like that. Again, spectacular buildings inside and out. After that, we went to the local town where we had some lunch. Everywhere is absolutely packed full of tourists, as you can see. Then, after that, we went to the final palace, which was built by an English person, the third richest person in Britain at the time, and really quite a folly. Unbelievably ornate building and stonework, both outside and inside. I've never seen anything like it outside, some sort of religious building. And again, it was just a summer palace really used by rich people and their friends. This is a model of it so you can see the symmetry and the detail. Finally, the last day, just wandering around Lisbon, going down to the seafront and visiting part of the old town. There's lots of really interesting museums and things to see in Lisbon. And there's the street market. This is a famous church which is worth a visit, and a monastery as well. And that's it.